first. We also meet Pearl from the first one we found in Syria. She is over here. And Dwayne isn't that far behind. He's further over here. So I'm going to talk to Pearl first. So this is basically going to be the stuff I don't know. I didn't know much from the beginning. I knew bits and pieces. And basically since I played through it in the first place, I knew that off by heart anyway. But this is all brand new, so be prepared for me to be completely stupid and not realise anything.
Is Dwayne here with you, Mrs. Henderson?
Why, sure, I couldn't leave him home alone. Since Dwayne came back from the war, we couldn't bear to be apart.
So, where is he now?
We ain't speaking.
Well then, I think her voice actor's changed as well.
Why aren't you speaking to Dwayne?
Because he's an old spoiled sport sourpuss. I want to visit one of those old pyramid places, but Dwayne says he has to stay in town.
Right. And you don't want to go on your own?
Well, there's no point in going to the pyramid if there's no one around to take my picture.
Is Dwayne still working for the CIA?
If he is, he doesn't know it. He's what they call a snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No, this is different. He used to think he worked for them, but the psychotherapy cured him of that. What he doesn't realize is that now he really does work for them. At least that's the way I understood it.
Okay.
What brings you to Quaramonte, Pearl?
What takes me just about anywheres? The market.
You drove 2,000 miles to go shopping?
Shopping is my role in the economy of the great design, George.
Yeah,
What do you make of
George.
this stone, Pearl?
Oh, that's pretty. What's that thing supposed to be, a rabbit?
I believe it's a coyote.
Well, it sure is cute.
I was surprised she didn't ask me where she could buy one.
Yeah, I was just about to say, probably she would say, I want it, give me, I have money. Look at this dart, stab.
What does this mean to you, Pearl?
What cute little feathers. Why, if you had two of those, they'd sure make nice earrings.
This isn't intended for
sure.
frivolous personal adornment, Pearl. It's a dart, tipped with a fast-acting, muscle-numbing poison.
Pardon me, I stand corrected, honey.
Sometimes I got the feeling that communication with Pearl was like sending signals out into space. Maybe, if you waited long enough, you'd get an intelligent answer back. But it was a long shot.
What do you think of this fetish?
What do you make of this statue, Pearl?
Hoo-wee, that's a spitting image of Dwayne's brother Sheridan. A little less body hair, maybe, but it's him all right.
Okay.
Look at this, Pearl. A tequila worm.
Don't you bring that thing anywhere near me, honey.
Arriba.
I'll scream like a hog on a hot plate.
What about
Take a
the
look at
eclipse?
this news cutting, Pearl.
You'll have to read it to me, George. I left my specs in a gay bar in Santa Barbara.
Well, it's about an eclipse of the sun, which is due to occur in a few weeks' time.
You'd think the government would warn us about these kind of things.
It's not dangerous or anything. Apparently, the best place to view the eclipse is right here in Quaramonte.
Oh, my.
She didn't appear to be the slightest bit interested. Catch you later, Pearl.
Alright. Now we've finished talking to her. Let's talk to Dwayne. I like Dwayne. Well, I like Pearl and Dwayne. They're pretty cool and funny.
It was Pearl's husband, Dwayne. Hey, Mr. Anderson. Good to see you again.
Do I know you, son?
George Stobart, remember? In Syria? I sold you a statue.
I remember that. Pearl was mighty vexed when the paint came off.
Look, I'm sorry. I'll give you back the $50.
No, you suckered me fair and square.
His voice definitely changed. He wasn't that young. He was older. It's weird.
Are you still working for... you know who?
You know I can't talk about my work, George. That's between me and Uncle Sam.
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Sounds like a comic book villain to me, son.
He's the man behind
Actually, a little bit, yeah.
And the rat who kidnapped Nico.
You know, the first time I met you, I was deeply impressed with your naive simplicity. I said to Pearl, if we ever had kids, I would have wanted a boy like George. But I underestimated you, son.
Thanks?
I spoke to Pearl earlier.
Yeah? Did she mention that we had a kind of falling out?
Yes, she did.
She'll get over it.
Did you drive all the way down here?
Hell no. Pearl did the driving while I followed the maps. The way she handled the wheel, you'd think she'd been trucking half her life.
Why did you bring a huge truck like that?
George, I'm on a top-secret classified mission for Uncle Sam. This truck is a rolling bomb. 400 pounds of nitrate fertilizer with a plastique initiator. They'll hear the bang in China. Gee, I'm really looking forward to this.
Look at these doggo
Would
treats.
you like a biscuit, Dwayne?
Oh no, those gourmet dog snacks bring me out in a rash.
You've tried them?
They were on special offer. Pearl bought a whole crate. When I asked her if she was thinking of keeping a dog too, she just laughed.
What do you think of this piece of
Would
coal?
you like to borrow my lucky piece of coal, Dwayne?
What's so lucky about it?
Well, we made it to Quaramonte in one piece.
When you've been here a few days, you won't look on that as luck.
I'll keep it in my pocket. My nice, clean pockets.
Do you know anything about a shipping company called Condor Transglobal?
Sure I do. You have to get up pretty early to catch Dwayne with his pants down.
What? You beat me to it?
Condor Transglobal is all wound up. Seems like my investigations scared them off.
What do you think of this underwear?
What do you think of these panties, Dwayne?
Lord, hot stuff, George. You buy those for your girl?
No. A guy we knew in Paris bought them for her.
Oh, you're a threesome then. Why are you looking at me like that, George?
Forget it.
Oh, God. Hello, man. I think this dude can't walk. I'm sure that's like a platform with wheels on the bottom. I think it is. Is it?
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Show him this.
Do you know what this statue represents?
Should do. I used to carve things like that to sell to tourists, but it scared people around here, so I stopped.
That sounds like the original sound.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
That's obsidian. It's a volcanic rock which has cooled so fast that...
Yeah, look, I'm not interested in geology.
You're not. I suppose you want to know about the carved picture on it.
That's right.
Yes, please.
The guy you should talk to is the professor. He was here a while ago.
Yeah, that sounds like the original sound.
Do you recognize the design on this label?
Why, sure. That's the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company logo.
Do they have an office in Quaramonte?
No, but they ship out from here.
That's what I thought.
It's weird though, it's like Dwayne's got a part in the game later on, but Pearl doesn't. Why would they redo most of the sound, but not this one?
Have you heard about the eclipse of the sun?
Sure, I'm having a party to celebrate it. Drop by.
Really?
Sure. Plenty of food, plenty of wine, and everyone's invited, except the general.
Weird. Look at these
What
underwear.
do you think of these panties?
Awesome. You wear them?
No, someone sent them to my girlfriend.
Thoughtful.
Alright, so that's a pointless conversation. That's probably why. But Pearl's kind of pointless as well. Well, actually, the first time you meet her, she talks to you. Okay, that's sort of, yeah. Okay. Now, who do we talk to? Let's go to the police. Go to the police. They may know what we need to know.
I have done just as I have been instructed, Professor.
Ah, the professor. Are you UBA by any chance?
With the mine closed down, there'll be no one around to observe your excavations. Ah, I have visitors.
Just remember what I told you, General. There's really no need to make a martyr out of that man.
Suspicious. Much.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Senor. Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. My name's George Stobart from California.
But what is this?
God.
An angel come down to earth.
Nicole Collard. Enchanté, mon général.
Pardon me, senorita, but I couldn't help myself.
Look,
hello?
we'd like to ask you a few questions.
You've come to the right place, senor. Tourist information. General Graciento, at your service.
Right. Let's talk to you.
This
Tell me
is the
about
tourist
yourself.
office? It says police on the sign outside.
It is both, senor. I am a man of many parts.
I
can
bet.
see that, General.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
No? No, I never heard of him.
Are there any ruins around the city?
Of course, senor. Quaramonte has everything.
I have a friend who wants to visit an historical site.
Ronaldo will only be too pleased to conduct a guided tour, when he's dealt with today's paperwork, of course.
Who was the man
Who's
you
the
talked
guy
to?
you were talking to when we arrived?
Professor Ubier, a
Yes.
visitor,
I
senor,
thought
like
so.
yourselves.
Did you say Ubier?
Si, senor. Professor Ubier, a French archaeologist.
Thought so.
What's Ubier doing in Quaramonte?
Researching our rich and glorious past, senor. The professor is planning an expedition to some Mayan ruins. He came to see me to get an excavation permit.
Do you like a biscuit?
Would you like a biscuit?
Are you trying to bribe me?
Well, every man has his price.
Mine is more than a dog cookie, Senor Stobart.
I wouldn't do this.
Have you ever
but
seen anything like this before?
That's a native carving, isn't it? Where did you get it?
We picked it up in the market as a souvenir.
Look at this underwear.
What do you think of these panties, General?
Oh boy, fabuloso!
They're yours if you'll tell me all you know about Karzak.
I told you. I never heard of the guy. Do I get the panties now? I told you all I know.
You told me nothing.
Okay.
Take a look at this label.
Si, senor. Condor Transglobal.
Can you tell me where to find their offices?
No, senor. I never heard of them, and neither did Ronaldo.
Are you sure you never heard of Condor?
Oh, yes.
The company is registered here in Quaramonte City.
You are mistaken, senorita.
Dumbass.
Condor is run by Karzak, isn't it?
Wrong again, senor. Karzak has nothing to do with anything called Condor. Whoever he is.
Do you keep a record of companies registered in Quaramonte?
Of course, senorita. Unfortunately, all the records were destroyed by a flash flood.
Don't believe you.
Do you know anything about the forthcoming eclipse, General?
Such things do not interest me, senor.
I'll be back.
Alright, let's talk to this man. Let's talk to Ronaldo. Hello, sir.
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Hello, senor. How can I help you?
Are there any ancient pyramids near Quaramonte?
Si, senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's perfect. Would you be willing to give a guided tour of the ruins?
I can't. The General would have a fit if I left all this paperwork.
Would you like a biscuit?
Would you like a gourmet dog snack biscuit?
I would love one, senor. But I would have a problem with my teeth.
Toothache?
No, senor. If the General catches me eating on duty, he'll knock them out.
You don't even sound Spanish.
Do you recognize this statue?
Tezcatlipoca. The night wind. Take it away, senor. That stone is cursed.
What do you know about the eclipse?
Do you know anything about this eclipse?
No, senor. El General keeps me in the dark about most things.
Okay, that's it.
So long.
Right, we need to look at the chart. But he's not going to let us, is he? Nope.
Senor. Leave the chart alone.
I wasn't going to try investigating the passage while the General was sat there.
Alright. I need to get him out, but I can't remember how. Okay, let's leave. And let's talk to the people in the other building. Actually, can I talk to these? I talk to Nico
Why
first.
did you show him the stone?
I thought maybe he might know something about it.
Well, he does now, for sure. He knows we have it.
Alright, let's talk to
Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Yes, it looked like a map to me, but I couldn't make out the details.
Whatever it was, the general didn't want us to see it. You came on a little strong with the general.
I was merely flattering his ego, Georges. Every man has his Achilles heel.
Maybe, but that guy's weakness isn't in his foot. Tell me about this Karzak guy.
Well, I saw him for only a few minutes, but he frightened me. I got the impression that Pablo was nervous when he was around too. His eyes, they're like a wild animal's, like a tiger. That's what scared me most about him. He looked so unpredictable and dangerous.
Dangerous.
Did you know Ubier's wife was a film star?
No, I didn't know he was married. What happened to her?
She died. In mysterious circumstances, apparently.
How mysterious.
I heard she was murdered. Possibly by Ubier himself.
A murderer, huh? André said he was something of a celebrity.
Labano tells
What about
me
Labano?
he's been seeing a lot of you.
We meet sometimes for lunch, a drink. After you'd gone back to the States, I was pretty lonely, you know.
Lonely? You must have been desperate. Couldn't you just visit the zoo or something? That man we saw talking to the general was Ubier. Didn't you recognize him?
I never met him, remember? The guy I called in Paris claimed to be Oublié, but he sounded nothing like the man in the police station. Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah. It's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Quaramonte.
Yeah. Would you like a biscuit?
Would you like a biscuit?
Gourmet dog? Have you been eating those things, Georges?
Sure, they're great.
Look at this cone.
Guess what this is? Go on, guess.
It's wrought iron, probably from a chimney stack on an old stove.
Well,
Damn.
I suppose it could be. How did she know that?
My grandfather used to work in a foundry.
Look, this is the dart that
You
hit you.
recognize this?
Is that the dart which knocked me out?
That's right. I kept it as a souvenir.
Right. Tell me about this.
Have you any idea who this little statue is supposed to be?
I'm not very well acquainted with Mayan deities, Georges. But whatever his name, he sure is ugly.
Look, a worm.
Take a look at this, Nico.
That's disgusting, Georges. Why are you carrying it around with you?
I don't know. I just can't seem to part with it.
Might come in handy. Tell me about this underwear.
I found these in your bag.
Oh, they were a gift.
I know. I read the note.
God knows what was going through Andre's mind.
I think that's quite plain enough.
Yep, a little bit. Tell
Take
me
a
about
look at
the
this.
An eclipse of the sun. Why the sudden interest in astronomy?
I found the cutting in Ubier's house.
Apparently, it's only visible from Central America.
Here
Take a
is
look at
Aubier's
this.
receipt.
Mon Dieu! Where did you get that kind of money?
It's not mine. I found that statement at Ubier's house.
Stone.
Do you have any theories about this stone?
I think that design represents a dog, a Mexican dog.
So, this is the sacred Chihuahua stone? Sheesh.
El Chupacabra.